Today is going to be a cleaning day of sorts. So all the kids are off to school and my hubby's off to work, and I am home for the first time, first week without the kids. So I'm going to clean the house thoroughly. I want to get it very organized and everything for the rest of the year, so that way everything is kind of already done and I can just get a nice workflow going, because I'm going to be doing YouTube full time for the next 6 months. If it does great, then cool, I will keep going. If not, and I'm not able to sustain, enough financial stability to help my husband out, then I'm going to go off back into the work field. And I don't mind doing that. I do have degrees, so I'm happy to use my knowledge, my degrees, and at least those little bit of cells that I still have left. For now, we're gonna work on getting the house organized. There's a couple of places in here that I really wanna focus on. So let's go on in to the kitchen. Now, I need to do some dishes and some cleaning and stuff, but as you can see here, I have a whole lot of like spices and just crazy stuff that we use to cook. And then over here, I have the medicine cabinet, dun dun dun, right? And I have like the nebulizer, things that we use for decor later on. I have birthday stuff, kid lab science stuff, just a lot of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out everything from here. We're going to get the medicine cabinet fully organized. So I'm going to focus on getting out some of my like Tupperware and stuff. Oh, I'm also currently working on making seat sacks for my son's classroom and curtains for my daughter. So there's a lot of projects that are going to be done this week, but let's go ahead and get on into. So now that I've got out of my little storage thing with a whole bunch of different like clear storage, which is my favorite, and just little organizing different types of things, we're going to figure out how to make the best use of this space. Check out my daughter's super cool painting over there that she did to match my decor. She knows I love nature. Like, do you see this quality of workmanship there? She's awesome. Love her. Anyways, time to put our hair up and get started. So all I'm gonna do here is take everything out of the cabinets, wipe them down. I'm going to go ahead and throw out anything that is expired, anything that we might be allergic to or that we found out any of the kids are allergic to throughout the time that it's been in here. It's just time to really wipe and clean everything down, and then I'm gonna wipe the outside of the cabinets down as well. There's also a couple of items in here that I can probably donate. I found some baby formula that was sent to me in the mail and it's not past the expiration date, so I'll definitely donate that to somebody who could use it. I have a lot of emesis bags because pregnancy, this is what happens. I have hyperemesis throughout my pregnancies, so these are like a go-to. We suffered a loss not too long ago, and I had again the same condition and during that time, and these were heaven sent. So any ladies out there who are suffering from hyperemesis during their pregnancies or just have nausea and vomiting for whatever condition you might have, these are pretty awesome. I found them on Amazon. Keep them in the car, keep them everywhere just in case. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it took me quite a while to go through all of this. I mean, you could probably follow the clock on some of it, but that doesn't count how long it took me to actually sort through each and every item, check for expiration dates, check to see if there was even stuff in some of these boxes. Some of it was empty. A lot of these candle jars or glass jars I save and I'll recycle and reuse. I'll use them for planting, for herb garden, getting things started sometimes just for organizational pieces like makeup brushes, paint brushes, whatever. I found some kids paint and acrylic paints in there that could be used. Lots of just fun little items and trinkets here and there.
That was highly recommended by many of you, and Christy Arnhart has been hard at work on. Today, we answer.
So I never miss an episode of any of John Lorden's whatever, Brain Scratch, Case Cracked, any of those. I recommend going and checking out his channel if you want a good, genuine true crime personality on YouTube, whatever. So I've got my glasses on, I've got my true crime YouTube going, I am in my element. I get my groove going, get things cleaned out. I'm going through and organizing like all of these Band-Aids, Cole's diabetes supplies, the kids' nebulizers, and everything like that. These are what I had a severe allergic reaction to. Put it on there, and it made my whole hand swell up. Alright, so I organized the stuff I use least up top, sauces and spices that I use kinda there, and the stuff that I use the most of the time in there. Hopefully that will stay organized. Over here, got everything organized, and I still have these two lower shelves. Cat playing peekaboo. And so now it is time to wipe down everything, give it a good wipe down, and those are nice and organized. I know. Every single day after I drop the kids off, I like to come home and get the laundry done, the tables wiped up and crumbs cleaned up from breakfast and the night before. I like to wipe down all of the countertops, get the dishes unloaded and then loaded back up from anything that didn't fit in it last night. I just kind of like to start out with a fresh, clean slate. Then I'll get started on whatever DIY project I have to work on or whatever filming or editing that I'm doing. And then sometimes, on occasion, I'll be babysitting my little brother. So it's kind of busy throughout the day. I don't really have much time, but whenever I do have any spare time, what I like to do is find some sort of space to organize. So that's why I worked on the medicine cabinet today, and then I'm going to move on to probably my project room here next, because that thing is in desperate need of not only a cleaning but a redesign. I think the table that I have in there is just a bit too big, so I need to downsize or figure out or reconfigure some sort of better useful way of that space. So after I'm done with all of the cleaning and the vacuuming and I recharge the vacuum, I come back and I do the carpets and yada yada yada, then it's time to move on, finish some laundry, and get started on the curtains and seat sacks that I have to work on for the kiddos. Once I tidy up the living room area and the space that I'm going to be folding and putting laundry away on, I go ahead and I get all of my laundry done. I like to do multiple loads at once and then go ahead and fold and put everything away all in one swift move. I don't like doing like 5 different loads and each single load, folding it, putting it away, and then having to kind of waste my time doing that 5 or 6 times a day or a week or whatever. So I take 2 days out of the week that I focus on doing laundry. I make sure a lot of it is organized and done and ready to go in the morning, and I just kind of start and do those loads all throughout the day, and then I get it all folded. And I don't have a lot of time in between car lines, which I'll explain later in the car line ride, because it takes up a big chunk of my time, but I use that time wisely whenever that comes up. So when I do the laundry, 2 full days and get it all done, and that includes uniforms too. So I'm pretty strategic about that. I also put things away kind of strategically. Like I don't put the kids' uniforms away with the rest of their clothes. I put it away in the kitchen, actually in the kitchen island. They each have their own drawer with the uniforms in it, because that way I can keep an eye on it and know how many uniforms they still have left to get throughout the week, in case, say, something happened and they decided they didn't like to wear this outfit or that outfit and something doesn't match or go right. Everything just is kind of proper. Socks and underwear are there as well, because I hate having to search for clean underwear or clean socks or whatever when it comes morning time and we're doing that rushing through to get ready in the morning. So once all of that is done and that's tidied up, I will have like a cup of coffee, just because I consider that my reward, because I do all of this in the morning before I have my first cup. So, right, I know, coffee should come first, but Now I get to sit and enjoy it for a moment. Well, not really. It's time to actually clean up the kitchen first. I figure I'll go ahead and tidy up that, then I'll have my coffee, and then if I have time, I'll unload the dishwasher before I go to Carline. Because again, Carline takes forever. So after I got the kitchen nice and tidy and I went ahead and I had my cup of coffee, I thought I would go ahead and try to unload the dishwasher and just put the last few dishes in it before I ran to do the car line. But in true me fashion, I forgot to run the actual dishwasher. Like, I put everything in it, just forgot to hit the button. So whatever, try again. Well, I got as much cleaning done as I could today. I need to finish making the seat stacks for the classrooms and the curtains, which I will do that tonight and tomorrow and get those done and sent in this week. And yeah, so it's time to go pick up the kids for car, or we'll go wait in the car line for the kids. I'm trying to get there early these first couple of weeks, just as Jackson's getting adjusted and acclimated to being in school, because that is completely new for him and for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get in line and do that. I just cleaned out the litter box. Hopefully Sketch won't have another incident. I don't know what's going on with him, but he is like not going in the litter box anymore. He's peeing on like all of the little mini rugs. So I washed all of those too, cleaned out all the litter boxes so they are constantly fresh. I switched out one of the litters to see if maybe he just didn't like that litter and trying a different one. I don't know what's going on. We're treating him for UTI just in case that's it. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know, because it is becoming a serious issue. He's peeing on everything and we can't afford for these floors to get messed up. I mean, it only took me, I don't know, 2 years to do them, and I'm still just finishing up the final details now, so it would suck for them to be ruined. But anyways, time to go get the kids. So our litter box we have here in the closet. Let me show you again. So I changed that out. I need to vacuum in there. I'm trying like new litter. I don't know. I need to organize that too, but it's time to go. So these are the rugs that he keeps peeing on. We've got them cleaned out. Let's get them put back in here. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Basically, the only reason I'm putting them back is I'd rather him pee on somewhere where I know he's peeing, or I can keep an eye on where he's peeing to keep monitoring it, rather than him peeing on the floor or in a new spot and me not knowing where it's at. So keep cleaning them and keep putting them back. This is becoming a daily issue. This morning he peed on this one, which I've had right in front of the garage door, right in front of us. Oh my god, look at that. Well, this sucker shed pretty bad this time. I bet that lint trapper's gonna be horrible. Can't wait to tile it in there. I think we're gonna tile in, tile, and tile the bathroom. So that's going to be the next big project that we do. Not one of the minor ones, but yeah. So, kids like to have their iPads. Pack all that up for them. And it is time to go. I decided to do some editing. So before I go on my rant about Carline, look at this house coming up with the tree in it. Do you see that? The tree is in the home and the home is built around the tree. I think that is so cool. It must be like an atrium inside or something. I'm dying to see the inside. But anyways, I have a pretty nice view or scenery on my drive to and from picking the kids up, but it is a half an hour drive there and a half an hour drive back. Not joking. So there's at least an hour chunk of my time that's taken out of my day in the morning and in the afternoon just for driving. And that doesn't include the amount of time it actually takes to get through the ruthless car line with people cutting you off, not following the rules. And then those of us who are veterans who know the system, we've got a nice flow going. And then you got one person who comes in and screws it all up. People just need to get with the flow or get out, man. Because car lines, we ain't got time for that. We've been waiting there for an hour. That's why we're frustrated. Just in case anybody's ever wondering why Carline moms are so annoyed all the time. We've been waiting there an hour. Someone who comes in after 5 minutes whips right in. Anywho, after picking up the kids, we're going to head over to Hobby Lobby because I need to get some more fabric for the seat sacks and then finish those. Got our fabric from... I'll get there in just a minute, buddy. Some groceries, wraps, lettuce, apples, strawberries, all the goodies. Can you go outside? You too? Go ahead. Usually the first thing we do when we get home from school is the kids get out of their school uniforms and get into play clothes. They'll work on some homework if they have it. They get a little bit of playtime and snack time in between, and then it's time for showers, and then we have dinner. I start prepping, and then my husband comes home and he helps me finish. We love cooking together. It's turned into our thing. Guys, I've got the kitchen clean, floors clean, all of the seat sacks made. These seat sacks turned out so darling. Now, I kind of just winged all the dimensions and they absolutely fit perfectly. Also, my son's classroom theme was rainbow fish. How perfect was this fabric? I ended up making 22 seat sacks, and then with the extra fabric I had, I made like this little apron or bag or whatever that the kids could use, or the teacher, whatever, just extras. I think I'm going to make the curtains for Ashton's classroom. So I guess I'll go ahead and get that started. And then I'll probably just edit the vlog and put it here. I might put the stuff that I actually make, like the seat sacks and the curtains. If you want to see those in a DIY, I'll make a DIY video showing those in detail separate, but I'm just going to kind of skim through my days, what it's like during like the week and what I'm doing and keeping busy. And a lot of it is editing in Carline, but when I get home, I do tidying up first and foremost, and then I get to whatever project I have set for the day. Today is working on the curtains because I got all the seat sacks done yesterday. So let's get those curtains done. Picked up 3 of these kind of tension rods. So I'm going to test the bag, obviously, because I'm going to give it to the teacher all nice and new. Oh, cute. Also, this mirror that I found at the Target dollar spot. Also, I thought that would be super cute for the kiddos, the 4th graders, a little bit more into their looks, wanting to fix their hair and such. So yeah. For anyone wondering, I used to work at the school that my kids go to, so I'm very close with all of the staff, and I absolutely love making custom pieces for them. I do this out of my pocket because they work so hard and teachers already pay enough out of their own pocket. So this is just my way of helping. Found a couple more items that I'm gonna send to the class. Black and gold are the theme, so these gold paper clips are gonna be great, and thumbtacks for near the board. Also, these I get at the Dollar Tree, these little stackable clear drawers. I'm going to send those along in case she wants to put erasers or grips or extra stuff like that inside. Oh, and tonight I might change my hair color. I'm getting tired of the upkeep and the damage from keeping it blonde. I'm decided what color I'm going to go. I think I'm just going to kind of surprise everybody, go a couple of fun colors for a while, and then go back into my regular reddish brown color. Just so I can preserve my hair, and also less upkeep, less money, less time. Easy, you know? Alright, anyways, see you guys in the next